all, it's Casey with Russo Resells. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Casey. I am a full-time online reseller and I sell on platforms such as eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, and Curtsy. This is actually editing Casey. Unfortunately, I forgot to do an intro to this video, so this is going to be the intro and we're going to go ahead and hop right into the video. Hey all, welcome back. It is now Wednesday, July 8th, and we left off on Monday, July 6th. After we left off that day, I had one more sale, and then yesterday, Tuesday, July 7th, I had 3 sales, and I have also had 3 sales today so far, and it's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into them. The last sale that I had on Monday is by Christian Louboutin. Yes, these are real. These are coming from my mother-in-law. They are a orange leather flat. As you can tell, they were well loved, and I made sure to put all of the pictures in the listing to show the wear on them. However, I still think they have a lot of life left in them. So I did want to go ahead and price them according to the wear and still list them. So I priced them on Poshmark for $100. My Nifty sent out 20% off offers to likers of 80, and one liker did go ahead and counter at 65. I thought that was extremely reasonable. My fees to Poshmark were $13, and I turned a free to me item into $52. The first item to sell yesterday is a children's clothing item. And for those of you new here, I mark all of my children's items in my inventory at a cost of goods of about $1. This is Blake Shelton with a collaboration with Land's End. Almost lost my words there, but it is a new with tags, really cute navy printed like boho peasant dress. Absolutely adorable. And being that it was new with tags, I just had to pick it up. I did price it very reasonably on eBay for $24.99 plus $5 ship. My Nifty did send out a 18% off offer to watchers of $20.45 plus $5 ship, and one of those watchers did accept. It cost me $6.95 to ship. My fees to eBay were $3.83, and I turned $1 into $14.67. Very happy that finally sold because I have had it listed for, I want to say, about 8 to 10 months. Now this next item that sold is by Paper Heart. This brand is sometimes sold at Anthropologie. It is this really pretty resort printed tiered midi dress. Absolutely love it. These prints are just so in right now, and it does have a smocked back, which is also very in, but this is just very like resort travel wear, so I did want to go ahead and pick it up. I did pay about $8.99 at a Goodwill nearest my parents' house, and I priced it on eBay for $39.99 plus $10 ship. Again, my Nifty sent out an 18% off offer to watchers on eBay of $32.79 plus $10 ship, and one of those watchers did accept. It cost me $11.58 to ship. I did have it promoted, so those fees were $1.39. My fees to eBay were $6.28, and I turned $9 into $23.54. The last item to sell yesterday is by a brand I love selling. It is by Ex Officio, and this is an insect shield or insect repellent brand. It is like a mossy green long sleeve button up for men, and it is just a great brand to be on the lookout for, especially when you can get it at the bins or anywhere under $5, I would say. If it is new with tags, I would pay over $5. But I did price this very reasonably on eBay for $24.99 plus $7 ship. And again, not using my coupon, my Nifty. As you can tell, all of my eBay sales have been from Nifty, which is absolutely fantastic. My Nifty sent out an 18% off offer to watchers of $19.43 plus $7 ship, and one of those watchers did accept. It cost me $6.72 to ship. I did have it promoted, so those fees were 84 cents. My fees to eBay were $3.95. I did get this at a half off Salvation Army sale for about $4, so I turned $4 into $14.92. I always know that I can make a $10 plus profit on that brand, so that is why I continue to pick it up. Now, the first item to sell today is very exciting. It is by Lacoste Sport, and it might help that Wimbledon is on right now. This is a hooded white jacket, and being that it is white, it did have a few marks on it, which I pointed out in the listing, and I did go ahead and list it a little lower than comp suggested because of that. I listed it for $70 on Poshmark, and my Nifty sent out 20% off offers to likers of 56, and one of those likers did accept. This is a consignment item from my lovely tennis teammate, so she made a profit of $33.60, and I made a profit of $22.40. The next item to sell today is by Athleta. And it did not have the sizing, but I measured it out and it was about a 2 to 3X. It is this really heavy, substantial kind of herringbone print. It is collared, a long sleeve button down. It is just a really nice jacket, or I would say it's a jacket because it is a little heavy to be a top, but I just knew I had to get this. I got this for about $8 at my local Savers, and I priced it on Poshmark for $35. My Nifty sent out a 20% off offer to likers of $28, and one of those likers did accept. My fees to Poshmark were $5.60, and I turned $8 into $22.40. I am very happy to see that go because that has almost been listed for a year. Now, the probably most exciting sale other than the Christian Louboutins is this next item. This is also coming from my mother-in-law out of her closet. It is by Yves Saint Laurent, and it is a beautiful 100% silk, like kind of lavendery purple drape neck tank. This is absolutely stunning. I was just so happy to receive this from her because I knew it would sell. I didn't see anything like it on the resale market, so I did price it fairly high for $140. Granted, I did get a lot of lowball offers, and I would always counter, and they would just ghost me after that, which is completely fine because I knew this would sell to the right buyer, and eventually it did. Because on Poshmark, my Nifty sent out an 18% off offer to likers of $114, and one of those likers did accept that. My fees to Poshmark were $22.80, and I turned a free to me item into $91.20. So yes, it does absolutely pay off to list your own items out of your own house, out of your own closet. Tell your friends and family what you do because you never know what can come of it. Anyways, those are all of the sales that I have to show you. Hey all, it is now Saturday, July 11th, and it's actually pretty late at night. I had to pack my orders earlier this morning because I had tennis and then I had a full day with family. So I didn't get a chance to hop on and show you all of the orders that I had for the past couple days, but that's what I'm doing right now. As always, I have my cheat sheets right here and I am ready to go. So we last left off on Thursday, July 9th, and when we left off that day, I had 4 more sales. And then yesterday, Friday, July 10th, I had 3 sales, and today I've only had 1 sale. So let's go ahead and hop into all the items. As usual, I did move my screen, so I will be popping up the pictures right here for you all. The first item to sell on Thursday is this pair of 100% linen hatch pants. They were a size 0, but being 100% linen, I still did want to go ahead and list them. I did get these in a reseller Facebook group, and I paid about $11 per item. And since then, I have recouped all of my money from that buyout, and this is just a cherry on top. So I did price these very reasonably because of them being a size 0 for $34.99 plus Depop's shipping, and a buyer came in and offered me $30, which I did decide to go ahead and accept. I did have this item boosted, so those fees were $3.60. My fees to Depop were $1.59, and I made a total profit of $24.81. And I hope that the buyer loves them because they are a great summer piece. Now, this next item to sell, I actually had in my money pile for over a year, and I do regret that because this sold so quickly. It probably sold within 3 or 4 days. It is an unbranded 100% genuine leather belt. It is this brown color and it has silver hardware. So it is just a very basic belt, but what I have found with belts like these is that they can still sell. I did price it very high for what it was, for about $25, and someone came in and paid full price for it, which I am completely shocked by, but very happy with. My fees to Poshmark were $5, and I made a profit of $20. I actually got this at the Goodwill outlet over in Los Angeles, so I probably paid $1 to $2 for it. Now, this next pair of items is a couponing or our couponing items. I did get these for $1 a piece over at Walgreens, and they are a lot of Old Spice deodorants. They are their new deodorants. They are a part of the Alchemist line, which is really cool. And I believe it's cashmere and cotton. I'm not sure exactly, but you can see from the picture what exactly they are. I did price these very reasonably on eBay for $21.99 plus free ship, and a buyer came in and offered me $18 plus free ship. Because I only have $2 into these, I did decide to go ahead and accept that. It cost me $6.37 to ship. I did have them promoted, so those fees were 60 cents. My fees to eBay were $2.93, and I made a profit of $8.10 that'll go right back into my couponing fund. The next item to sell is a very basic tank top, and this too, just like that unbranded belt, I found at the Goodwill outlet in Los Angeles, so I probably paid only $1 for it. It is this Van Heusen white lace camisole. These are very Y2K, very hot right now, so I knew for $1 I could still get about maybe $5 to $10 for it. I did price it pretty high on Poshmark for $20, and my Nifty sent out 20% off offers to likers of 16, and one of those likers did counter at 15, which I gladly accepted. My fees to Poshmark were $3, and I turned $1 into 12, which I think is simply fantastic. Now, the first item to sell yesterday is this awesome pair of N Saison. They are like these brown and blue plaid crop high-waisted pants. I just thought these were such a cool style, and the brand really isn't something to be on the lookout for, but I did purchase them at my half off Salvation Army sale for about $4, so that's also another reason why I picked them up. I did have them for almost 2 years. I want to say about 1.5 years. So I did go back into this listing and create a new stock photo for it. And I insert new keywords, and I did drop the price. I dropped the price down to $24.99 plus Depop shipping, and a buyer came in and offered me $22 plus Depop shipping, which I did decide to go ahead and accept. My fees to Depop were $1.31, and after a little over a year, I made a profit of $20.69. That item just goes to show that yes, it can be a good style and it could be at the right price, but you yourself have to price it appropriately for it to sell. And I think that's exactly what happened with that piece. Now, the next item to sell is a consignment item from my aunt. It is this really nice Adidas pink and red printed athletic skort. And what I have found is that athletic skirts and dresses do very well, especially when you price them right. That is going to be the theme of this video probably. So I did price this on Curtsy for $27.99 plus Curtsy shipping, and I received an offer of $25 plus Curtsy shipping. So I did decide to go ahead and accept that. Our fees to Curtsy were $4.15. My aunt left with a profit of $12.51, and I made a profit of $8.34. And for something that she was just going to donate, I think that is a fantastic profit. Now, the next item to sell is also a Goodwill Outlet Los Angeles item. So I found this Pure Jill. It's like a light blue and a darker blue tie-dye gauzy blouse. It did have a little spot on the shoulder. I tried to wash it out and it did not come out, so I did just go ahead and disclose that in the listing. I priced it very reasonably for $27.99 plus $7 ship, primarily because I knew it had that spot. A buyer came in the next day and they bought it with my 17% off coupon that I have running in my eBay store. They paid $23.23 plus $7 ship, which I was ecstatic about because I had this put to the side. I was going to try it on myself. I decided not to. Then I tried to get the stain out. I couldn't get the stain out. And then finally I got it up and listed and it sold within a day. It cost me $6.07 to ship. I paid eBay $4.24 in fees, and I turned $2 into $19.92. So it just goes to show to get your items in your money pile up and listed. The only item that's sold today are these pair of gold heels. And I will go ahead and put up the name of the heels on the screen because it is very hard to pronounce. These are just sold on Amazon. These were given to me by my tennis teammate as a part of her consignment haul, and I did decide to go ahead and list them because they were brand new in box, and I knew that I could undercut Amazon's pricing, so hopefully someone could get a better deal. And I did price them on Curtsy for $27.99 plus Curtsy shipping, and I received an offer of $20 plus Curtsy shipping, which I thought was pretty reasonable for an Amazon item, so I did go ahead and accept that. Our fees to Curtsy were $2.82. I did end up giving my consignment client a little bigger cut because I did accept a lower offer. She left with $10 and I made a profit of $7.18. So those are all of the items that I have to show you. Like I said earlier, I already went ahead and packaged them up and shipped them out. But as always, I'm very happy that you guys stumbled upon my video and got this far in the video. As always, I hope you're having great thrifting, great sales, and until next time, my friends, bye.